Hello, and welcome to TiddyTalk Games, a new segment where we talk about what's up and coming with video games. We are your hosts. I'm Sam,
I'm Rachel.
and today we're talking about Overwatch 2. We've got new gameplay, new maps, and new character designs. There's lots to review. Stay tuned. The one that I think we're all most excited about here Overwatch 2. Obviously, if you don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know, but Overwatch is a 6 versus 6 online multiplayer game, or you can play solo, whichever you prefer. Basically, first person shooter, strategy, RPG, that kind of game. Overwatch 2 is the sequel, and it's been in talks for a long time now, but we're finally getting steady updates, it seems. I don't think we have an actual release date, though.
I think they keep changing it. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, they might be changing it too, maybe because of COVID. I know a lot of like gaming companies are extending things because of the COVID-19 and everything. But Overwatch 2 has been like in talks for like 10 years. So not actually 10 years, but a long time. While the biggest news around Overwatch 2 was arguably changing PvP team compositions, there are plenty of new details. Below are some of the biggest details we learned from today's Overwatch 2 stream. This is posted on May 20th, so that is when they went live and gave us all these new details. Overwatch 2 will have new PvP changes, Monte Carlo map, and everything announced from the new live stream. We have this new gameplay trailer that they released. I believe they released this during the live stream.
We're being overrun. Null sector is everywhere. I'll hold them as long as I can.
What are you doing here? It's happening again.
Paris was just the beginning. This is a global invasion.
So, how's Overwatch enjoying our city?
It's beautiful, except for all the killer robots.
Look up there! That's the command ship!
Then we know what we have to do.
Oh, yeah!
You're with me. We're getting aboard that ship. I knew you would return one day.
It has been too long, Master.
I can't do this. You've made your choice. Nobody will stop us.
Trouble is cropping up all over the world. It's not just Null Sector.
A lot of lives are riding on what we do next.
We'll have to fight. One city at a time.
Let's get them, Brigitte.
I've got you, Papa. Watching your back.
Now that's teamwork.
Time to learn some new tricks. Hey, chill out.
A strike!
Do not worry. I will push it. Okay, other direction. I am good at pushing things.
Sojourn here.
It's fatty shatty.
Uh, The very first thing that will be changing in Overwatch 2 from the first game, as reported earlier, Blizzard has announced that Overwatch 2 will introduce 5-member PvP teams, down from the 6-person teams introduced in the first Overwatch. Along with the smaller team sizes, tanks will be adjusted so that they're more like brawlers in a fight, rather than stationary shields. Furthermore, each class will receive a new passive ability to complement their current abilities. Tanks will have knockback reduction and reduce ultimate charge gain when taking damage from enemies. Damage heroes will get more movement speed bonus, and support will self-heal when they don't take damage for an extended period of time. I know a lot of people are kind of about that update, especially with the 5 versus 5. Or wait, just because what I said about that was if you're playing tank and you're the only tank, that's going to be stressful as hell.
Yeah, I feel that as a tank main.
Rage cries in tank main.
I'm crying.
The second update for Overwatch 2 is the new Monte Carlo map. So Blizzard also revealed a new map during today's stream called Monte Carlo. Based on the luxury vacation destination, the fictional version of Monte Carlo is very much like its real-life counterpart, where beautiful buildings are situated on steep hills. It's still very much a luxury destination, but given the slight futuristic makeover of Overwatch. The third update is Assault will be removed from competitive play. So Assault is a mode where an attacking team and defending team vie for contested capture points on a map. Attacking teams will have a set time to capture a point, while a defending team must stop them, and the two teams will switch off. While Assault will still be available in custom, it will be removed from quick play, which is being designed to be smaller to competitive. The next update, Blizzard is working on more push maps than just Toronto. So another new map that they are getting is Toronto. But I guess, as this states, they're going to be adding more. Push is an upcoming game mode where both teams will play a game of tug-of-war using a robot that will be pushed in the direction of whichever team is losing. Blizzard has revealed it is working on more push maps other than the upcoming Toronto map. During the live stream, Blizzard revealed Rome will be a push map.
I feel like the only reason Toronto is a push map is because you can't actually move in downtown Toronto.
At least they're being accurate.
One of the things like about Assault is that you can, you have like these like long like battles and then it's a draw and you're just like, oh, I wanted to, I mean, maybe even be okay taking a loss there, but like this you definitely get a winner.
Yeah, definitely. And I really like game modes where the actual objective and the mechanics help pace out the speed of gameplay, and it was really, really hard for us to do that with 2CP. You can have incredibly long matches in 2CP and sometimes like really quick blowouts, and it just came down to what the two teams were doing, and the game mode itself wasn't really doing anything to enforce that the way it might in Control or in Payload. And so with Push, we have more of that, to where the game mode is actually helping to control the length of the match, and the pace of the match.
Yeah, as you see on the clock, it's a 8-minute clock right now. So yeah, it is pretty fast. I think it's definitely intended with some of these flankers in mind, as poor Lumpy gets taken out right off the rip. Lumpy was going on one of those flanks, didn't turn out so well. So does the bot unlock right away?
It takes about 30 seconds for it to unlock, and the reason we do that is we don't want a team to think that there's a certain amount of pressure, or to have all this pressure to get to it as quickly as possible. We want you to be able to be strategic with the way that you approach the bot in the middle of the map, and it's very similar to the way that Control works.
So we can see the robot. He's got a name, right?
Yeah, his name is TWO.
That's good. We see some Genji play in action. You see like all the buildings you can kind of come from, players up above to the side. I think you can definitely see that, like, fast paced. It looks way more like you can, as a DPS player, just kind of go off to the side, make a play, try and make a. You see here they're going right for the supports.
Yep. Yeah, and the map, there's still a main path in Push,
yeah.
And it's really important for us to have that in all of our...
I think they just talk about the gameplay in this one. But that game mode will be interesting. I'll probably play it a lot because Toronto. More updates. Blizzard is experimenting with new modes beyond Push 2. As part of the discussion about removing the Assault game mode, Blizzard explained that it is constantly experimenting with new game modes aside from Push. No word yet on what those maps could look like, but Blizzard is looking for ways to fill the void left by Assault, by also giving players more variety. Keller hinted at least one more new game mode that he is excited to talk about soon. Next update, not all maps are tied to story mode. Blizzard has already shown off new maps such as New York, Toronto, Rome, and Monte Carlo, but Blizzard says more maps are in the works aside from these initial 4. Blizzard also says these maps aren't necessarily locations that will be presented in the story mode, and that some maps may be designed for their own sake. Gameplay and design changes, so more of like internal changes within the game. Overwatch 2 will update the HUD and feature an improved UI. The healer UI now shows the portrait of the hero you're healing. Weapons will feel more versatile with a better sound system, animation, and feedback. Overwatch 2 will continue to add new Hero 2.0 looks, which are updated designs for every hero in the roster. Various character reworks. Zarya now has 2 charges for her bubble. Movement acceleration for heroes has been very slightly slowed in Overwatch 2. Oh god. It's gonna be even slower if we're defending. Gotta bumble your way across the map. Over health and over shield will be combined into a single bar. Blizzard is looking at improving crowd control mechanics, but it's still a work in progress. And Associate Art Director Dion Rogers teases some cosmetic customization. Ooh, let me customize it, please.
I can give Reinhardt a fedora,
No, don't do that.
but I want to.
And then a funny little tidbit in the Toronto map. No, it's in the New York map. So the New York map in Overwatch 2 has a fun tribute to former Overwatch director Jeff Kaplan, who, if you don't know, recently retired.
Yeah, they make it sound like he died.
Right? Like, he's dead. Nope, he just retired. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that New York has a store called Jeff's Corner Pizza, and it's spelled JEPH, as a reference to a 2017 tweet about the new Starbucks that opened on Blizzard's Irvine, California campus, where the barista mistakenly spelled Jeff Kaplan's name as Jeff. I feel like that happens to everyone who goes to Starbucks.
Or Jeff.
This is I don't think they're in order, but these are a few images of the new maps that they're going to be bringing out. Confirmed maps are New York City, Toronto, Rome, Rio de Janeiro, Gothenburg, Monte Carlo, and India. Toronto and Rome will focus on push, though both could still have a secondary game mode revealed in the future. That is Toronto, isn't it?
Yeah, King Street Station. Yeah, that's Toronto. Gothenburg is a city in Sweden. It's probably Torbjorn or something.
Ooh, and Brigitte.
Yeah.
That's probably where this is from then, because Ironclad is like Brigitte and Torbjorn both have a voice line that have like Ironclad.
Yeah, it's probably Gothenburg.
That one looks like Rio to me, or maybe that's Monte Carlo. Brazil.
Monte Carlo is Monaco. That's France.
Oops. I don't know my geography.
Monte Carlo is Monaco's known for, I think I'm saying it right. I don't know, it's French. She gives a shit at this point. It's where F1 is, and it's where the Formula One, which is F1, is held, and it's known for being very luxurious and very rich.
Oh.
And it's by the water. It's basically like a gambling it's a micro country. It's a principality, which is just like not really a country within a country, and they're known for their gambling and their like rich luxurious lifestyle and rich luxurious looking buildings, and just it's a very overall fancy place to be.
This article says it's unclear if these new maps will take the place of the older maps from the original Overwatch, slot into playlists alongside them, or if Overwatch 2 will have more playlist options that will only feature certain maps in rotation. And I do have this link here where we could take a look at the new designs that they have for the characters. Yeah, they don't have them. This website here that I found, they do offer side-by-sides for these characters. Torbjorn hasn't been added yet, because this was literally announced. His look was announced like 2-3 days ago, so it's fairly new. We got Lucio. This is what he looks like now, and this is going to look like in Overwatch 2. This is Mercy now. She got a little thicker too, I think. Maybe that's just me.
Nice. She's healthy.
Reinhardt, obviously. I like how they use this photo. They don't do one with his helmet off. Now he doesn't want to wear a helmet.
Yeah, I like his man.
Me too.
King.
Handsome man.
At least you get to see his damaged eye.
Winston looks pretty much the same, but of course they upgraded him.
He just looks even more unimpressed.
I like the smoothness. Like this is so jagged, his fur, and I love the smoothness they added to it. Tracer. It kind of looks like they tried to give them like, I don't know, Tracer anyways, a more realistic body type. I mean, there are people who are built like this, but she looks so slim. Genji, I can't tell the difference because he's always in a uniform, but that's him now, and that's...
He just put some clothing on and called it a day.
He's like, this.
And He's like, you know what? I need pants, a sweater, and some shoes, and I'm set.
This is May now. I like her new hairstyle, but I'm kind of sad they took away her hairpin because her hairpin is like iconic. Widowmaker now. I really like the post Widowmaker. Like, holy crap. She looks badass, and her gun was like fully upgraded. Like, holy shit. I'm kind of gay for Widowmaker. I'm gonna be honest. Reaper now. He has thick thighs, my lord. He looks a lot smoother.
He just has pants.
And they gave him smaller bullets. Farah is Farah now. The new one. I think, well, she's Anna's daughter, and Anna's skin tone was always a little darker, wasn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think so.
So they might just be making it more obvious that they're related. I don't know how you would know they're related, though. They literally
Maybe didn't know
talk
the
about them.
lore.
That's true. McCree. I don't like the new McCree. So this is McCree now, and this is the new one. I don't know. He looks I don't know. I just like that he looks scruffier in the old one, and the new one he looks so clean. And then the old Torbjorn, of course, he looks a little slimmer to me, or maybe it's just his armor. Look at it! His waist disappears. Whoop! Yeah, they braided his beard. So here we can watch this video. This is gameplay of the Overwatch 2 workshop with the 5 versus 5. This is what it's gonna look like when it's just 5 people per team.
So in the Overwatch 2 stream 3 days ago, Blizzard revealed that Overwatch 2 would become a 5 vs 5. Someone named Cactus Puppy made a workshop game mode implementing the changes that they showed in the stream. I won't make the intro too long, but I teamed up with 9 Grandmasters to try out these changes in a couple of games to see how it would feel in a competitive setting when 5 random people in a team tries to play 5 vs 5 with these changes, since normal ladder competitive is so different from serious scrims and esport games. So until Blizzard makes a lot of changes, this is kind of how a normal competitive match would look for you.
I actually have no clue what the Overwatch changes are.
They're playing ball.
Yeah,
The question is, how are we going to play this 5 vs 5? Okay, they're all these diving.
Come in. Follow me. Follow me.
Upper Widow. Widow.
Oh my god, behind.
Oh, this is so weird. I'm just going to contest some points myself.
Well, this is a meme.
Okay, I can't play right into this. They're just diving everywhere. This is so weird.
Yeah, I'm playing like full dive basically.
I guess I'll play Winston then. Oh my god, this looks so weird. Right click on Winston, I'm a sniper.
Yeah, you are. Monkey sniper.
Kimberly.
Oh my god, what just happened?
Oh, I got pooped.
Obviously mine.
Holy
Jesus. This dive is not fun.
He's playing full
dive.
Dive
Is toxic.
You move fast as DPS, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And tanks are buffed in different ways. Like I have 2 bubbles now.
Alright, does DPS not have any like character changes?
May has. She's the only one I think.
Go Doom low. Thank you.
Nice.
Easy.
Nice, winnable.
Gonna start sweating.
Gonna go payload.
Holy shit.
I see that change there where Zarya shot 1 bubble and then they didn't have a cooldown. They still had another bubble that they could use.
Oh, it's a workshop gameplay. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, that way when Overwatch 2 comes out, we'll be pros. So we have another video here that I just found. Should talk about the abilities.
What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Would you like to play Overwatch 2 with the 5v5 game mode and the balance changes included? Well, now you can. For whatever reason, Blizzard has decided that they don't want to put this on the PTR or the experimental mode, but you know what? We did it ourselves, and now I have a workshop code that will almost perfectly replicate everything that you saw during the Overwatch developer livestream. Over the last couple days, myself and another have been working on this. The goal was to make it as accurate to the dev stream as possible, while making it clean, simple, and aesthetically pleasing. For those of you that have seen my recent live streams, you know that I have fully working versions of my hero concepts now in Overwatch. That code in the workshop was made by a player named Magic Man, and he once again helped me with this project. He did all of the code for it. For my part, I did testing and some optimization, but Magic Man did all the heavy lifting for the code. Also, in regard to those hero concepts, since Blizzard moved to 5v5, it opened up a lot of extra functionality with the workshop, and now the hero concepts look even better. They are amazing. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss that. I also want to point out that the code for this project, H030G, will be updated anytime Blizzard gives us new details. So if they provide some changes on Sigma or Orisa or whoever, we're going to implement them into this workshop code, update the code, and then all you need to do is just re-import this exact same code, H030G, and you'll always have the most up-to-date version. By the way, I think that this code is kind of easy to remember. I just imagine a Roadhog with a 3 in the middle, H030G. All right, onto the project. Let me show you its features. The first thing is that it is going to be 5v5 instead of 6v6. The way that we're handling this in the custom game lobby is the first row for both of the teams is going to be tank, the next 2 rows are going to be DPS, and the bottom 2 rows are going to be support. Make sure you have your players in the correct position before the match starts, so that way you can get each player into the role that they want to play. However, we realize that because this is going to be played in the custom game lobbies, and players are going to be constantly joining and leaving the matches, we also set up some additional rules that allow players in order to switch into other roles when someone leaves. So for example, if you're playing in DPS and your one tank leaves, then you don't have to go back into the lobby. You don't have to have the lobby owner move people around. What you can do is simply go back into the spawn room, press your swap key, and then you'll be able to switch into either any of the DPS, because that's the position you picked, or any of the other available spots. In this case, you can see that the tank just left, so now you can pick a tank. And then when someone else joins the match, they're going to be placed into whatever slot that you used to have. So that new player will then get placed into DPS. Obviously, you don't have to switch during the match if you don't want to, but because players are going to be joining and leaving quite a bit, we thought it was a good option to have. Each of the 3 roles now has a passive, and every character within that role will benefit from the effect. For tanks, they have improved knockback resistance and will grant less ultimate charge whenever taking damage. DPS characters will get an increased base movement speed. Side note, Tracer and Genji already have an increased speed, and it was confirmed that they will get that in addition to what they already have, meaning that DPS characters will move fast, and Tracer and Genji will move even faster. The support passive will provide the character with an additional 10 healing per second whenever that character has stopped taking damage. It has also been confirmed that this passive will stack with what Mercy currently has, and it will stack with the shield regen that Zenyatta has. For individual character changes, the first is going to be Winston, who gets a new ability. In order to make sure that people know that Winston has a new ability, we provided a message on screen telling them. This will only appear while you're in the spawn room, so it doesn't interfere with actual gameplay. The ability itself is a secondary attack that is used by holding down right-click in order to charge it, and then releasing in order to launch the attack. Optionally, you can release it early for reduced damage. This works very similar to how Symmetra's alternate attack works. Because Magic Man did such a great job showing the charging up feature, we didn't include any sort of charging bar on screen to show you that the attack is being charged. It felt like it was unnecessary. He also managed to make the energy beam look like it comes out of the weapon itself, which looks really good. Next up is Reinhardt, who has 250 armor instead of 200, 1200 barrier instead of 1600. He also has 2 uses of the Fire Strike, and he can stop his charge ability at any time. Remember at the beginning of the video when I said our goal for the project was to make it as clean, simple, and aesthetically pleasing as possible? In order to do this, we added some changes to the user interface for both Reinhardt and Zarya. You'll notice that there is a charging bar in the center of the screen, a little bit below the crosshair. This is about the same position as the repair pack meter that Brigitte has, and that was on purpose. And also, you'll notice that there is now a number of charges right above the Fire Strike ability. So when you activate this, you're going to see that it will start beginning to charge, and it will tell you how long it's going to take before you get the next charge. Also, you will see the total number of fire strikes that you have on the bottom right. I want to point out that neither of these things are HUD text, which means that they will not shift around with the kill feed activity or when you change a map. However, they do bounce around just a little bit, kind of simulating what you have from the normal movement of the icons when you move around as a character. Next up is Zarya, who now has 2 charges of her barrier on a shared cooldown for both of the abilities. This means that you can use the bubbles on a teammate, right in a row, or you can use it on yourself, or any combination. Just like with Reinhardt, you have the charging meter in the center of your screen to let you know when the next bubble is going to be available. You also have the total number of bubbles that are available on the bottom right. D.Va now has an increased total maximum uptime for her defense matrix, and it will recharge a little bit faster as well. Mei's primary attack damage has been increased, but it can no longer freeze a target. Instead, it will provide a constant slowing effect. In Overwatch 2, the 2 capture point game mode is not going to be available for quick play or competitive, so I've disabled it for this workshop. You can always re-enable it if you really want to play those maps. Also, I've disabled both Orisa and Bastion because those characters are confirmed to getting pretty significant reworks. There are going to be other characters that will get changes, but we saw most of them being played during the dev livestream, and until we get more information, I'm going to leave all of the characters available, and then we'll make adjustments or shut them off or turn them on as necessary. I also want to mention that we deliberately chose not to include any of the workshop settings sliders because we want to keep this as close to the accurate dev build as possible. And if people can go in and mess around with all the settings, then that's going to change that. I know that you can go and change stuff here, but we didn't want to have any of the workshop stuff to be changed, so that's why it's not there. We will update this with the accurate dev build as often as we can whenever Blizzard gets out new info. One final thing, if you do happen to run into any problems, please let me know and we'll try to get it fixed as soon as possible. Also, the game doesn't like it when you move players around in the lobby while the match is currently running. It will break workshop stuff. That's why we have the extra rules, so you can go to the spawn room and change to a different role if you want while the match is going. But do not move players around in the lobby while the match is going. Otherwise, the workshop code just breaks. It's just the way it is.
What do you think about Reinhardt, Rach?
I'm really excited, except for apparently the shield reduction.
Yeah, I don't know why. They said they're reducing the shield from 1600 to 12?
Like, why? I think it's bigger too.
Oh, yeah. I remember them saying something about Reinhardt's shield being bigger.
Yeah, I think it's bigger. I think that's why I'm not happy about it though.
Well, they just said that DPS are going to move faster. I don't know if shields will move faster. I hope they don't do my faves dirty either. They haven't really said anything about any of my faves. I'm nervous. Diva will just get they said she'll get a faster recharge on her Matrix, and that's pretty much it. They haven't said anything about Mercy. They haven't said anything about Sombra. They haven't really said anything about Widowmaker aside from her new look. I'm willing to spend all my money on it.
I'll think about it.
No.
I'm not really convinced, but we'll see. We'll see.
Nah, you're gonna buy it. How else are you gonna play this?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you don't like it, just email Jeff and be like, I hate this. I want a refund.
Yeah. And they keep postponing it, so we'll see when it actually comes out.
I know there's negative stigma around Blizzard too, because what was it, Rach? We had a discussion about this. They supported Hong Kong or something? No.
They didn't support Hong Kong. Sorry.
Right, they didn't support Hong Kong because there's a lot of oppression going on with their government there as well. And people in Hong Kong were protesting, and Blizzard was like, we don't support you guys protesting. And everyone was like, literally protesting our freedom to have rights, but okay.
So really big over there. Esports is like a thing. It's a big job over there. Yeah, the whole idea was for them to be like, oh, we don't agree, and then be like, haha, we will earn a lot of money, and then obviously that didn't work. Because they dumb.
But I am excited, and on that note, that is all we have for today's episode.
Yay!
Yay! Instagram and YouTube in the description. Thank you for listening if you did.
Thank you.